So, taking a moment to arrive in that place and as you're there, we're going to come into seated. As you're there to arrive, I want you to take a few deep breaths into the body through inhalation and out of the body. So, does an inhale through nose and an exhale through mouth want to come in? Maybe a sigh through a cleansing breath to feel the heaviness of arrival into this moment so we can create a baseline of when we check in with self. Might feel a pursed lip breath, inhale through nose, exhale through that pursed lip to extend the exhalation. Notice the parts of your body touching your mat and exploring the element of earth. So, this grounding quality of awareness of physical body and your connection to the earth. So, bringing in those qualities as you continue to breathe. Maybe breath slowly starts to shift in and out of nose, of grounding, softening muscles so that the bony structure of your body starts to become heavy. Allowing yourself to be held by the earth, by any props that you've given body to receive. As you check in, what is arriving with you in practice? Or what is happening inside of my body right now? Staying in the physical realm for the moment, just gently scanning from your roots, your feet, through your legs, feeling if any part of the body would like to adjust slightly or receive some support. So you move up through pelvis, allowing the body a stable and safe space to release into the earth, to notice the container that you've created for yourself to explore this practice in. Allow the rib cage to descend or widen if you're sitting. And as you move up into the shoulder blades and the chest, upper chest, feel the element of air being received into the body and how your body is responding to the inhalation, that receiving breath, that vitality. And as you exhale, that releasing breath, that descending into the earth. Soften the shoulders, Notice if you're carrying weight from maybe the world around you, maybe weight from thoughts or emotions that are moving through the mind. Just this arrival into presence as we release throat, widen neck. And if your eyes closed, just softly open them for a moment and just allow your eyes to gently just scan around and just naming what you see. So if you're lying on your back, you might see the ceiling, might see some light, might have a couple objects that you're able to see as you shift your head from right to left. And then just let the eyes soften and slowly stay in a softened state or close again when they're ready. You just listen to the sounds in your room, maybe outside, the sound of your own breath, the feeling of your body on the mat. Maybe a soft taste of anything you drank or ate to nourish yourself before class. I'm just going to bring in a little bit more awareness on the breath as we inhale, allowing the breath to expand. Feel the diaphragm lowering down as you receive expansion radiating through belly, maybe lower back, full rib cage, widening through shoulder blades, lifting through heart. Maybe even allowing the breath to float out the top of the skull. And as you exhale, feel that down, that descending down through the top of the skull into the body. If you're lying down, it's through the back body into the earth. And if you're seated, it's through the crown of the head, down through the body into the floor. And as you continue to receive and release in the breath, slowly, as you inhale, the top of the inhale, allow a moment of pause. Notice that pause and then release breath. Feel the exhalation. It's mindful awareness. If it feels okay at the end of the exhale, allow a moment, a beat of a pause, and then open up body to receive the inhale. At the top of the inhale, take a moment of pause, and then flow into your exhale. And then at the end of the exhale, just take a moment of pause. Just flow through that for a few more rounds of breath. And just note if at any time this is feeling like it's creating agitation rather than harmony, then just let it go. Some of you may notice in those moments of pause, if that pause is resonating with the layers of your being today through the Koshic awareness, you might feel a little bit of spaciousness or equanimity. Just notice this embodiment of really being in the pause, even if it's just for a beat. Over the next few rounds, just let that go. And if you've been seated, let your legs lengthen out, shake them out. If you've been on the floor, you're going to just stretch your legs out. And if you have been seated, just lie down on the floor for a moment just to give the back a rest. Let arms and legs come up into the air, give them a little shake. When we shake the body, we create movement, we enliven it, we help to release stagnation. Let's do a few ankle and wrist circles, either with the arms and legs elevated in the air or the knees and the elbows bent. Maybe elbows touch floor, really feeling that heaviness in the skeletal structure. You go both directions. If you had your legs extended, just bend them, keep the knees nice and close. We're just going to go into a few little core twists just to enliven a little bit of fire and energy. If you do want to put anything in between the legs and you have something close by, if not, you don't have to. We're just going to keep the arms on the floor today. Just allow them to come out to the side. If it feels okay, palms down. If not, back of the hands on the floor. And you're going to try to bring the thighs quite close to the body. Just feel your inner center line. So you inhale through center, exhale, bringing the legs over to one side. Maybe head follows, arms are softly pressing into the floor. And then as you inhale through center, point the toes. And as you exhale, and bring the legs and the head the other side, reach through the heels, maybe even lift the legs up into a little U shape. Some of you know this as the core twist, so the smiley face, just coming into our center line as we go from side to side. Toes pointing in center, reaching through heel. If you choose, some of you may even feel an extension of reaching up through the heels, down through the pelvis. As the legs extend and then they bend. Inhale, point through center as the toes point. And exhale, reaching through the heels as the legs extend. You come to each side. Feel your inner fire, that inner gathering. Sometimes that SH breath comes in. Exploring the quality of the elements within us and around us, this relationship of body and nature. Okay, whenever this is complete, just pause. Might take another shake out. We're going to roll over to the side. Come up. Just coming up onto our hands and knees. If the hands are not feeling like they want to be on today, you can be on elbows and knees. Just starting with the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, just warming up that fluidity. So getting into that quality of earth and water here as we exhale, let the spine round, elbow releases down, back rounds up, head releases down. Inhale, feel the extension of your front body, front door of the heart opening. And as you exhale, feel that flexion of the back body, the back door of the heart opening. Just flow with your breath. Just notice, is there something that needs to come in today for an intention as you're starting to move here? What is happening inside of me right now? Just checking in. It's dynamic and fluid. Maybe intention to the practice comes in, or a body asks for a certain movement. So maybe you start to circle through the spine just to create a little bit more space. Release any stuckness in your energetic body. You might even shift forward, back, or let the spine dance around inside. Let's push up into a downward dog when you're ready. No rush. Just bring the hands a little bit further forward. Inhale, exhale. Pelvis reaches to the sky as you surrender the mind, the thoughts to the earth. Walk it out through the legs. Feel the presence of your breath supporting you the whole time as your hands feel the earth. Translate that stability into body. Maybe one leg comes up into the air. If you choose, you might even bend that knee, look under the arm, the side of the leg that's in the air. This is your time just to explore. So I'm just giving some suggestions here, but I want you to really notice if something else is coming up for you. And we're going to step the feet towards the hands, hands towards the feet. Just take a moment to be in Uttanasana. Come up into chair pose, shoulders relaxed. Yeah, good. I'm gonna just adjust my camera as I come all the way up to standing. Just let your arms release. Then you're just gonna do a few swinging twists. Just allow that movement of energy as you're here flow through you. Mhm. Now, as we start to feel the swing twist, I just want you to tap your body. Just let your hand, palm of the hands or back of the hands gently start to tap body. And then slow the arm movement down, but continue the tapping through the legs, the pelvis, go down the body, up the body, through upper torso, chest, back, arms. Take a moment to just sweep down and through the throat, from under the chin over the throat with your hands. Take your hands up and massage your skull. Even get through the occipital here. Mm. And just take that time once you complete that to just feel into, how do I feel right now? Arms may externally rotate so the palms are facing forward, or the palms of the hands might come in just to touch body. Take a moment of pause. You feel the breath, the feet on the floor, into the earth, the fluidity, energy passing in and out of you. Allow the breath to expand that or soften that. Look around your room, notice what you see. Sometimes just naming what you see internally in the mind is very grounding. Notice colors, shapes, textures. Listen to any sounds outside, within your space, within your body, of breath. When you feel ready, you're just going to release that of the hands if they were touching body, and then just find a place just at the top of the mat. We're just going to go through a little warrior one flow. So just find your rooting in Tadasana, this mountain awareness that influences all our movement and standing on and off the mat. Take a moment to anchor here. You're going to keep right foot forward as we lift left leg. You're going to lift it up, step it back, 3 to 4 feet. Walk the feet out to widen your stance a little bit more if needed, and let the hips come to point straight ahead. Front knee bends, back leg can be lengthened, or sometimes even a little bent knee. And we're just going to bring the arms up. Just let your palms face forward. Feel the fingers softly reach up as the feet root down. Let the elbows bend a little bit to create some space through the heart. Now we're going to exhale as we push the feet into the floor, the legs straighten, the arms are going to come back. The palms of the hands are going to press back as the arms come behind you. And then as you inhale, the knees will bend and the arms will come up. Maybe heart will lift, maybe gaze. As you exhale, gaze may lower with the arms as the legs straighten, pushing the feet into the floor. Let the arms go back if they choose. Inhale into this expansion and exhale as you lengthen. 2 more times. As we inhale and exhale, just pause as the arms come down, either touching the hips for this one, or you can keep your arms beside you or behind you. And back of the hands on the sacrum. You're going to press the feet into the floor. You're going to lengthen through the body. Legs are straight as you lean back into a little extension. And then exhale as you keep rooting through the feet. Reach the sit bones back. Allow the spine to extend forward as you come down into pyramid pose. Let the gaze soften towards your leg. Breathe here for a few more breaths. Feel your whole body. Gently rooting through the mat as you inhale up. Step the back foot forward, shake it up. Now we're going to go into the other side. You're going to have left foot forward, right foot's going to step back. There it is. Widen the feet if you need to find warrior one. Angle the hips forward. Bend the front knee, going into the same flow. Inhale, standing up. Exhale, legs straighten by pushing the feet into the floor. Arms go back. Allow this flow to become your own as we repeat it for the second time. Feel the inhalation as you expand and open the front body, and exhalation as you feel the support of the earth as the body lengthens into stability. Just do 1 or 2 more. And as we bring the hands to the place around the pelvis, we exhale, we lengthen, we inhale. We inhale, we lengthen. And then we exhale and we fold forward into pyramid pose. As we forward fold, we're releasing the thoughts of the mind down to the earth. Sometimes when we feel anxious or the ego is in its likes or dislikes or judgments, doing some inversions is really helpful. Come back up, step back, foot forward, shake it out. Good. We're going to transition to the floor through part of a sun salute. So we're just going to bring our hands to heart. We're going to exhale, surrender to earth. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to inhale up halfway, create some length. Exhale, receive that length back down to the earth. Bend the knees, hands into the mat, step back, downward dog. Notice what it feels like to be in downward dog for the second time. Come down into child's pose when you're ready, knees together or apart. You let the pelvis descend before the torso. Surrendering the thoughts of the mind once again to the earth as the arms rock to one side. Take a few breaths there. Pass through center. Inhale and exhale to the other side. Come back to center. And just take a few more breaths here, allowing the space in between the eyebrows to touch the mat or the back of your hands or a prop. Just allowing the thoughts, that space in between the eyebrow to touch into the earth, our space of our thoughts, our discernment, our intuition, our beliefs. Feel the breath expanding you as you receive and softening as you release what's no longer needed. Maybe a few breaths out the mouth to release what isn't needed. Especially if we feel in our life right now, maybe we're grasping or pushing things away, for that raga, that grasping, catching on, and that devesha, shying away. When we bring our patterns in the light of awareness that are happening right now, and we can create shifts or change through body, through breath, through quietness. We're going to come up, just back onto the hands and knees, and just allow the hands to go a little bit farther forward. I'm just going to be really reaching through the arms, hands are the width of the mat, and we're going to flow through waves. So we're just going to round out through the spine as we exhale into a plank. And just feel plank. Notice are my hands right underneath my shoulders when I get here. If not, when you round back, your modified child's pose, adjust your hands a little bit. Inhale, exhale into plank. And then if it feels right, lifting through pubic bone, lower belly, upper belly, heart. Come into your variation of upward dog. Our heart knows the way. So we exhale back, opening back door. As Rumi always says, we run towards the direction of the heart in life, letting it guide us. Our Atman, our spirit, our soul, our essence, uh, radiating brilliance shines forth through the heart. We're just taking this time to use some tools. And then once this flows enough times for you and you feel that you're in a state of presence a little bit more, when our body, mind, breath all arrive in the same place, you can pause at child's pose for a moment. And then you're just going to take another breath or two there, and you're just going to come and lift up, roll over onto one side, and then just come back to rest on your back. So as you're here, slowly unfurl. Allow yourself to arrive, maybe doing a few axial rotations if you choose. Maybe it's drawing the knees into your chest. Just taking time to see what is needed for you through this dynamic awareness of checking in. And I want you to find a place where you can just nestle in to a place of ease and safety, spaciousness. And I'm just going to share a reading to you. So you might need a blanket. You choose a cover for your eyes to allow the senses to just come inward as we've prepared our space and our bodies to receive. And I'm going to share a story on Samkhya philosophy, and some of you may have read it as it was a resource for you. It's this understanding of Samkhya philosophy for children of all ages. Just allow yourself to be open and receptive. Allow what knowledge that wants to anchor and be held inside of you resonate and be sustained. And what is not needed for you right now, just let it pass through you. Any questions, allow them to come in and shelf them in your mind, and we can discuss them. So as you arrive back to where we started, you feel this full circle. And as you notice yourself resting here, feeling the heaviness of the bones, how the earth receives you, and the soft flow of the breath and fluidity of water and fluids through you. Softening the lids of the eyes and the mouth and the jaw, and allowing a spaciousness of receptivity to be here. And here's the story. There was once a planet called Purusha. One could say that Purusha was a perfect place where everyone lived happily. There was no time or space there. and all the inhabitants felt absolutely complete. The only problem of Purusha planet was that there was no mirror there. And without mirrors, the inhabitants of this planet could not see themselves or even know themselves. Because in Purusha, there was no notion of separating one from the other. One day, the inhabitants of Purusha planet heard about a distant planet called Prakrti, where it was possible to know oneself in a world of duality, living as an individual, each with its own identity. The world of duality could be perceived through the five senses of hearing, touch, sight, taste, and smell. When visiting Prakrti, the citizens of Purusha could continue to feel all the peace and joy, and at the same time also to know themselves. After this journey of investigation and learning, they would return home more aware of their real identity, citizens of Purusha planet. To travel to the planet Prakrti, the people of Purusha needed special aircrafts that could withstand the atmosphere of Prakrti. So they built aircrafts of the same five elements that made up the Prakrti planet of earth, water, fire, air, and space. Each aircraft was handcrafted with particular characteristics that followed three basic models called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. The Kapha aircraft was the Kapha aircraft was dense and solid. The Pitta aircrafts were powerful and perfect, and the Vata aircrafts were light and fast. Each aircraft consisted of the three basic components. The structure of the ship itself was called the physical body. The pilot responsible for driving the ship was called the mind. And the main passenger was called soul, the spirit that carries with it the essence of happiness and completeness of the Purusha planet. The journey to the planet Prakrti and the return to the planet Purusha would only be possible through the complete integration of body, mind, and spirit. Before leaving for the planet Prakrti, the inhabitants of the planet Purusha instilled a powerful transmitting antenna called the Mahat, which means the great. Each aircraft also had a super intelligent onboard computer called Buddhi, which means supreme intelligence, to ensure that the ship's pilot always had contact with the Purusha planet. All the aircraft left Purusha at the same time, but each one had its unique trajectory. The Kapha aircraft, heavy and slow, followed the journey at a steady pace. The Pitta aircraft, designed for perfect performance, sometimes lost time in unnecessary detail. The Vata aircraft made the journey more exciting, exploring different universes and planets, but often forgot where they had left the keys and wasted a lot of time searching. At the end of the trip, all the aircraft arrived at Prakrti at the same time. And the pilots prepared the necessary equipment and tools for the long-awaited exploration of Prakrti. A set of equipment called Jnana Indris served to receive information on the Prakrti planet. These Jnana Indris are tools to gain knowledge in the language of the planet. The Jnana Indris constituted of the five senses. They were also equipped with the Karman Indris, which allowed Purusha citizens to perform actions on the Prakriti planet, such as talking, moving, picking up things, eliminating ship's waste, and even breeding new baby ships. With all this equipment, nothing could disrupt the journey of investigation and self-knowledge on the Prakriti planet. As they arrived in the atmosphere of Prakriti, the ships passed through a series of unexpected storms, full of turbulence, called Raja storms, which means strong turbulence. They also crossed intervals of calm, called tamas, where nothing moved. These cycles of Raja and Tamas were interspersed with brief moments of perfect balance called sattva, when the journey flowed well without effort. So they finally landed on Prakriti. The journey felt very stressful. Most of the pilots were left with chronic amnesia, forgetting their original mission of exploration and self-knowledge. The pilots were dazzled by the experience of Prakriti, no longer remembering their original identity as citizens of Purusha. The intelligent communication system of the buddhi were rusty due to lack of use, and without buddhi functioning properly, pilots lost contact with the great Mahat antenna, and consequently with the planet Purusha. And over time, the citizens of Purusha came to believe that they were citizens of Prakriti with their own personalities. They came to think that they were in Prakriti just to enjoy the shop of windows with various malls, circles, consuming fuel, playing small ships. This condition of amnesia was called avidya, and this vicious cycle of avidya was called samsara. A few pilots continued to remember their true citizenship and mission, and they were called rishis or seers. And they had the ability to help the forgotten pilots to move away from the circular traffic pattern of Prakriti and to recognize themselves again as citizens of Purusha. Those who decided to return to their original identity needed to first repair the ship because of chronic overstress that they suffered from overuse of the jnana indriyas and the karma indriyas. The repairs were carried out in workshops that used the science called Ayurveda, specialize in rebalancing the five elements and the raw materials of the ships. At times, the ships were so clogged and unbalanced that they had to undergo a complete cleansing, which was called pancha karma, a cleansing and detoxifying of the body. After the ships had undergone this complete treatment, they felt the need to have the hands-on instruction manual to guide them on the way back to Purusha. One of the most well-known and efficient return manuals was one compiled by a sage named Patanjali. The name of the manual was called Ashtanga Yoga, a manual that contained the 8 steps of return to Purusha. First step, yamas and niyamas, how one should behave on the return journey. The third step, called asana, to help remain stable and secure. The fourth step, pranayama, to give proper supply and distribution of energy. The fifth step, pratyahara, to remove the attention of the pilots from the distraction in Prakriti so that they could concentrate on the mission back towards Purusha. The sixth step, dharana, the set and continuous direction towards Purusha. And the seventh, dhyana or meditation, this ideal state of flight in which all the system, body, mind, and spirit, would be functioning in an integrated manner, guided by buddhi. with a constant contact with Mahat, this clear communication to Purusha. Through the manual of the 8 steps, many ships were able to return home. And when they arrived, they reassumed their true identity. They reassumed their true identity as citizens of Purusha, returning to that state of perfect union called samadhi, the last step. Upon their return, however, the citizens of Purusha were no longer the same. They had this experience of the mirror of self-knowledge. They knew the Prakriti planet, the world of duality, and then returning to Purusha became fully aware of this intrinsic nature of peace and completeness. The deepest learning of this journey, which is the journey of all those who walk the path of yoga, is that Purusha, our true self, and Prakriti, all of nature, including body, aspects of mind, are in reality only one planet, and we can live in a state of Purusha in the midst of Prakriti. So as that story just takes the time to integrate, percolate through you, creating this awareness of allowance to rest here for longer if needed, to jot down any thoughts or awareness or questions or reflection. We're going to take some time to break and just nourish